Greetings, everybody. Thank you for joining my Aisha Speaks Jade page this evening, or wherever you're at globally. Thank you for joining my page live, or definitely when I'm done, the replay, will definitely be available. Again, I am Aisha or Aisha, however it is pronounced, depending on if you're up north or south or west coast. I'm also affectionately known as Jade. That is my nickname that I was blessed with for many years. But anyway, as long as you put respect on it, it's all good with me. So you have to forgive me. I'm not feeling too well all of a sudden. I was doing pretty okay, and then all of a sudden I'm feeling a little bit of a headache, so please bear with me. But nevertheless, I'm going to push it forward. And I'm going to be doing a makeup live audio for Thursday, September the 27th, 2018. And what I would like to speak on is 7 little habits that can change your life and how to form them. And whenever a lot of times we're making life changes, especially for the better, it can be a little concerning or scary for some of us because we've been so used to that same routine. But a lot of times, change could really be good. Our habits changing our habits could really be good. So I quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." So I'm going to say that again. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. If you could just pick one or two or 7 habits to create in the next few months, habits that will have the most impact on your life, what would they be? Think about it for a little bit, and if you would like to leave your comment in my comment space right here on this audio, by all means do so. What would those one or two or perhaps 7 habits, what would they be? What would they look like in the next few months? People, we tend to become overwhelmed when it comes to starting positive life changes. Like I said just a few minutes ago, some people are scared of change. They may be fearful. They may fear that they won't succeed, or if they do, what does that success in their lives look like? It's not an easy question. Okay? A lot of people are trying to change many different things in their life. But it can happen for you by taking steps. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to figure out what works for you. So, how to develop the habits? Here's a few of them. Here's a few basics. You could do a 30-day challenge focusing on just one habit. Write it out on paper along with your motivations, obstacles, and strategies for overcoming them. Commit fully in a public way. Log your progress. Remain publicly accountable. Report on your progress each day. Have support when you falter. either in real life or online. Reward every little success. If you fail, figure out what went wrong, plan for it, and try again. So with that being said, I want to speak on the 7 little habits that can change your life. So now you know how to form a habit. And remember, only do them one at a time. But you want to know the 7 little habits. So the first one would be develop positive thinking. So this one was put first because it's the keystone habit that will help you form the other important habits. Sure, positive thinking by itself won't lead to success, but it certainly goes a long way to motivate you to do the other things required. So, for example, say you quit smoking. So when you allowed yourself to think negative thoughts, it would end up failing. But when you learn how to squash negative thoughts and think positive ones instead, you succeeded. So that discovery led to you practicing this over and over until you were able to form just about any habit you needed. Perhaps it was invaluable to you. And you would think it could be to most people. So again, this was just a real quick example of like when you quit smoking for those that used to smoke and you quit smoking. So focus on this habit first. And you'll have a much easier time with any of the others. Start by becoming more aware of your negative self-talk. Do a little tally sheet throughout the day, marking a tally each time you notice a negative thought. Soon you'll recognize them and you can squash them. So again, I was just speaking about quit smoking, but it can be anything that you would like to apply it to. The second would be exercise. Exercise is healthy and all that, but how exactly is it life-changing? How do you ask? It makes you feel better about yourself and more confident. That leads to better success with other positive changes. And we're speaking on exercise. It reinforces the positive thinking habit. You need to think positive in order to sustain exercise. It relieves stress and gives you time to think. This leads to better mental well-being in your life overall. It also helps with creativity. Don't ask me to prove it, except to say that my best ideas when you're exercising and brainstorming sessions come from when you exercise. That could be something that could happen for some. I'm not going to say it happens for others, but it could really help you get in a creative mood and can give you those awesome ideas and great brainstorming as well. Three, single tasking, the opposite of multitasking. Why is this life-changing? Here's a few reasons why it's life-changing. And forgive if you hear noise in the background. These alerts, they are horrible. So, single tasking. You'll be more effective with your tasks and get more done. It's hard to achieve important things if you're constantly switching tasks and distracted by other urgent things. You'll be less stressed overall and much happier throughout the day. Forgive me, I just want to perhaps turn this down a little bit because I do not want to hear the alerts as they come in. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So again, single tasking. Here's some powerful reasons about single tasking. Let me just make sure because I feel a little off focus right now. So you'll be more effective with your task and get more done. It's hard to achieve important things if you're constantly switching tasks and distracted by other quote unquote urgent things. And also, you'll be less stressed overall and happier throughout the day. 4, focus on one goal. Just as focusing on one task at a time is more effective, and focusing on one habit at a time is more effective, so is focusing on one goal at a time. While it might seem very difficult, focusing on one goal at a time is the most powerful way of achieving your goals. When you try to take on many goals at once, you're spreading thin your focus and energy, the two critical components for achieving a goal. And I believe that is where I am at right now, currently, because my intentions and my heart as well. I'm trying to focus on so many things, and honestly, it is very overwhelming. And I guess this is my epiphany because I want to do this, I want to do that, and really I'm one person and I am truly spreading myself thin. And it's making me feel like, you know what, I just want to either just quit doing what I'm doing or, it's just having me in this not so friendly space. So I am going to push back as I'm speaking of it right now. I'm pushing back on some business opportunities and I'm just going to focus on one thing, one task at a time. Once that's done and it's going, then if I want to come back to something else, then I will do that. So what if you have 5 goals you want to achieve? Pick one to focus on first. Break it into a mini goal you can accomplish this month. If it's a longer term goal, pick an action you can do today. Keep doing this until the goal is accomplished. Do an action every day. Finish the mini goal. Pick the next mini goal to work on. Then, when your one goal is completed, focus on the next goal. Some goals are ongoing ones, like blogging every day or exercising every day. In those cases, turn them into habits. Focus exclusively on turning the goal into a habit until the habit is ingrained. Then focus on the next goal. 5. Eliminate the non-essential. First, identify the essential, the things in your life that are most important to you, that you love the most. Then, eliminate everything else. This simplifies things and leaves you with the space to focus on the essential. This process works with anything, with your life in general, with work projects and tasks, with emails and other communication. This will change your life because it will help you to simplify, to focus on what's important, and to build the life you want. 6. Kindness. Yes, kindness is a habit, and it can be cultivated. Focus on it every day for a month, and you'll see profound changes in your life. You'll feel better about yourself as a person. You'll see people react to you differently and treat you better over the long run. It's called karma. So how do you develop the kindness habit? Well, first, make it a goal to do something kind for someone each day. At the beginning of the day, figure out what that kind act will be and then do it during the day. Second, each time you interact with someone, try to be kind. Be friendly. Be compassionate. Third, try to go beyond small kindnesses to larger acts of compassion. Volunteering to help those in need and taking the initiative to relieve suffering. And 7, daily routine. It's so simple, but creating a daily routine for yourself can make a big difference in your life. The best routines I've found come at the start and end of the day, both your work day and your day in general. So that means develop a routine for when you awake, for when you first start working, for when you finish your work day, and for the end of your evening. How will that change your life, you ask? It will help you get a greater start to your day and finish your day by preparing for the next day. It'll help you firmly root the productive habits you want to form in your everyday life. It'll help you focus on what's important, not just what comes up. It'll help you make sure you get done all the things you really want to make sure gets done every day. And that can mean a lot. So I hope that this was beneficial. Please charge it to my heart. I'm not feeling too well right now. I don't know what just kind of came over me. And I hope through all of what I spoke on resonated with you. I will be back to do another Makeup Live audio, so stay tuned. Always remember to take care of the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Make sure that you do self-care every day. Make sure you work on knowing your self-worth, loving yourself, respecting yourself, liking yourself, changing your internal, which comes once you start working on the internal, then it comes out externally. Stand your ground, hold your head up, be the king, the queens, the goddesses, the prince and the princess that you are. young or old, demand respect. I encourage you to go to all of my social media pages. All of them are under Aisha Speaks Jade. So not only am I on Facebook, but I'm on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. So please subscribe and like my Aisha Speaks Jade YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell for all updates. And with that being said, I wish you all well. And with much gratitude, sending good energy and positive vibes to you, I say namaste and ashe.